overwhelmed by all the data that's hitting the safety departments now? We've got the telematics, we've got the hard braking, the harsh turning. Holy crap, there's a shitload of stuff coming. Guy Orliac this week, our guest on the Trucking Risk and Insurance podcast, thinks he has the answer. Join us next.
Welcome to the Trucking Risk and Insurance podcast.
And Guy, welcome back. Guy, take a minute, first of all, and introduce yourself and tell us about this new company that has just recently been founded.
Thanks, Chris and John. Nice to be back. And it's awesome to continue the discussion with you guys on different topics related to safety, risk management, and compliance in the trucking industry, and really how to be effective. Last time you guys and I met, we were talking about data and the data usage when I was working at SpeedGauge a while ago. And one of the challenges, if you recall, that we all identify is, what to do with the data. It's like everybody, the transportation companies and the insurance companies get the data dumped on their lap, and basically, good luck to you. Yep. It doesn't matter if data come from the telematic provider. It doesn't matter if the data come from data aggregator. It doesn't matter where the data is coming from. For people to use the data, it's very complicated because they need to make sense of it and they need to find solutions for it. And it's just creating more problem rather than bringing solutions. And the other issue is that there is more data.
I don't know about you, John. Maybe you would agree with this, that safety people, especially in trucking, are being overwhelmed with all of the new sources of data, telematics, the ELDs, the different GPS devices, and then programs like SpeedGauge dumping speed into it. There is, as Guy just said, there's a huge amount of data coming at everybody every day.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things,
there's more to come, I think.
Yeah. One of the things, if I can add to it, and I get more feedback on Guy on this, is one of the things we're seeing more providers, telematics service providers, getting into the game here. So they're providing the hardware that goes in the truck. And we're seeing more carriers ending up with multiple devices throughout their fleet. So just as you said, Chris, you've got this fire hose of data coming at you from one provider. Now maybe you've got three providers because you're switching from these guys to those guys. And now I'm still trying to manage all that data, but it's coming at me at different flows, different levels and whatnot. And it's not all meaningful data. So now, as you said, Chris, it's just overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. And so,
Guy, what happens, Guy, if the trucking companies don't manage well all of this data?
Yeah, I know. I think it's a hard question. And, first, they have to pay attention to the data because the data is there. It doesn't matter if they manage or manage not the data is there. So they have to pay attention. There's a world out there of lawyers that say, hey, you don't pay attention to the data, or don't do anything with the data, because if you know that the data is there, then you are liable. The reality of it is that if you are in the class 7 and 8, or heavy duty trucking or interstate trucking, basically you have going to have a ELD device in your truck, in your cab, and so then you cannot ignore it. That's a fundamental. You cannot ignore it. Okay, so then it's important to do something with it, and to leverage it. And the reality of it is, you pay attention to the data, then you can really make a difference to your bottom line. So from my perspective, it's a win-win situation. You just need to understand it, and you need to help dealing with it.
Well,
so Asanga just was formed from a number of people in trucking and risk management. And what we did is that we understood that there was a problem in dealing with the data. You needed to have a solution that takes the data and make it active for you to benefit you, so that there's more data and you take action with it based on KPIs that we can all agree on automatically and at scale. And we bring everybody within the organization together. As a result, are phenomenal. It just needs to be done and done right and at scale. And so that's how my partner, Jamie and Mike, we came together. They had an initial solution looking at trying to do one-off treating the data. And we decided to come together to build a software solution so that it can help transportation company makes a difference. One, save money in terms of losses and reduce the number of accidents. And two, get a better operational result overall. And it works both for transportation companies, self-insured companies, and insurance companies, because they all have the same problem.
Right.
Well, they all have too much damn data.
and how to make it actionable.
And
Yeah.
as you alluded to earlier, if you don't do something with the data, the prosecuting attorney is going to make you pay should there be a crash. And of course, we know that there's a crash. So
good.
I was just going to say, how does Asenga help us manage all of this data? This, as John said, the fire hose of data coming at me.
Yeah, that's a fair question. And I think the other really important point is we need to reduce the number of crashes on the road. It doesn't matter. Once you have a crash, I think we all have failed somewhere. And so we need to prevent the number of accidents on the road. And if you look at the data published by the FMCSA, is the number of accidents, there's more technology in cab, but there's also more accidents. So we need to find a better solution. And here where Asenga came from, we looked at the data, and what we found is a couple of things. One, there's more accident today than there was 10 years ago, okay, which is really interesting. There's more technology in cab, and there's more training associated, but there's still more accidents. So people are going to say, well, there's more miles driven, which is true, but there's still more accident and more technology. So then the relationship doesn't work. And the other part of that is that the cost of accident continue to increase, both the cash the cash out from fender bender or repair and all that kind of thing, and from the insurance side, where insurance costs continue to increase. The reason insurance costs continue to increase is because insurance companies are losing money on commercial auto. So, we looked at that with my team, and we decided, okay, well, what can we do to make a difference? If we try to do the same things that has been done for the last 10 years and rinse and repeat, we are going to continue to have increase in premium and increase in losses. And we have decided that what can be done, it can be done, something can be done about it. And that's where Asenga develops their software. And so what we do, we create an environment where we create accountability. We take the data, process it, make sure we manage and do some basic analysis to it. And then we create a chain of accountability within the organization. So not only, one of the basic problem in transportation today, when there's an accident, it's always a problem of the driver. Or at least people think it's always a problem with the driver. So we beat the crap out of the driver, if I may, using my French. And so we decided that, the driver are the driver. One of the things we are realizing is that the driver may know that he is doing something incorrect, maybe going too fast, maybe doing something incorrect, but he doesn't know at what scale he's doing that. Okay. So then you need to providing with the right information at the right time. Just telling him that he's doing a bad job is not helpful. But at the same time, you need to involve his manager as part of the solution. And you need to involve the manager's manager. And so what we have created is a solution that automatically manages a relationship between the data, the driver, the manager's managers, and the executive of the organization. So that's on the fleet side. And what we are seeing is tremendous result. We are basically seeing, with the companies that have deployed our solution, 50% drop in insurable accident. And we can achieve significant changes within 90 days. And then it can really improve over a 6 to 12 month period.
Well, and if you can drop the accident rate by 50%,
Yeah.
that's a huge saving to everybody involved, the trucking company especially, because their insurance rates should be more manageable for them.
Right.
But then the insurance company should love you as well.
That's right. I mean, the thing is that you're making an excellent point. I was doing a graph, and I could share it if you guys want to see it. But I was looking at based on the cost, the rate of insurance increase year over year for the last 5 years. If you started with a $10,000 premium 5 years ago, you should be paying today between $14,000 and $16,000 in premium, just because the cost of insurance has increased that much per power unit. And so the way transportation company have tried to reduce their insurance premium is, one, by increasing the deductible. Okay, so that's one thing, and reducing the top layer coverage. Okay, so then basically, the way insurance premium has been managed is by reducing the protection of transportation companies. It's true. And so then, as an organization, we have decided we can effectively make a difference.
And how are the insurance companies viewing this new program?
So I think that a lot of if you look at the insurance industry, they are all looking at new solutions like ours. Okay. And trying to understand what can be done and what cannot be done. We have already an insurance company that is using us and starting to see that it's very useful for them to build a system of accountability and to help them understand the behavior of the people they are insuring. The insurance company that we are working with is working with small to medium-sized fleet. And so cannot manage the risk at scale. And so that's why they see us as a huge benefit to their organization. And so we have been deployed with them for now 6 months, and it starts to show interesting results in the number of transportation companies or fleet that are being interested in learning more about the data and in managing premium. So the savings are significant across the board. And the other part of it, they will not, if we were not working with them, they could not manage the risk actively the way we do it, because they don't have the manpower.
What size of fleets does Asanga work for with? What does it benefit the most? Is there a certain range?
Yeah, thank you. What we are finding is the fleet that already understand it's important to do risk management are the most effective of it. I mean, the issue when you think about it is, everybody think that they want to reduce the number of accidents and increase their profitability, but very few are willing to do what it takes to make that a reality. I mean, and we are not for the people that just want to put lipstick out there.
Right.
We are for people that really want to have an impact on their bottom line. Okay.
So it's not so much about it's not so much about the size of the fleet; it's the mindset of the fleet.
The mindset of the fleet. That's right.
Yep.
And we work with fleets that have a few thousand vehicles, as well as low as fleets that have between 50 and 100 vehicles. And in fact, with our insurance partner, the fleets that are on our platform are between owner operators to 20 to 25. So there's a full range. But the only way that can be done at scale is with a software solution like ours. If not, you don't have the money, you don't have the resources. Even a fleet that has a large amount of resources, it's so much that they can manage. And we work with.
I'm just going to say we've been using the word fleet and geared more around transportation. Will this resource work for other types of fleets like car fleets, construction fleets, different things, municipality fleets?
Yeah, I think it can work for anybody that need to do some active risk management. Active risk management is really the fundamental that we are talking about it, and create a chain of accountability. And the interesting part of it, the real success of this type of program, is not to fire driver, not to fire manager, is to make sure everybody is on the same page.
Right.
And once everybody on the same page, you see successes. And that's really what we are working on. Not only you see successes, you see quantifiable successes. There's two companies that we are working with, one called Delaware Valley Floral Group, that's a 150 to 200 power unit, and another one called Bar, that has over 1,000 power unit. Both of them, are willing to provide testimonial to the work we are doing, and to the significant amount of saving that we have provided them. And
so this could even work for the company that Chris and I are going to create. That's last mile delivery on delivering baguettes and cheese whiz.
I know, John, you have your like a little sweet tooth with cheese whiz.
This is pretty neat stuff. And I know Chris has got some more on the top of his head here.
No, there's nothing on the top of my head. No, but so how does Guy, give us a little bit about how this actually works. What would a transportation professional see?
So what we do is that we take the data either from telematic providers or from data aggregator like Speed Gauge, and there's a new one called Terminal Driven, like others. So we take data from data aggregator or directly from a telematic provider, and we plug that into our system. Okay. From that, we extract and we do some basic analysis looking at relevant incident. It could be based on speeding, but it could be based on video behavior that has been create problematic. And in fact, a new video solution data point that's coming related to drowsy driving. And it's starting to be very effective. So you have all the many data points from harsh braking, speeding, behavioral, drowsy driving, things like that, lane departure. So you have all those data points coming into our system, and nobody can process all the data points all the time. So what we do, we process the data and identify the most relevant ones, and we create an engagement process, both with the driver manager, and executive within the organization. And within the insurance industry companies, we work with the fleet owner, the insurance sponsor, and sometimes even the producer. So we have all created a chain of engagement within different organizations, and we make sure that they do the right engagement with the right person at the right time. For example, we are able to tell a manager, hey, you need to engage with this driver. And we may also are able to make sure that the manager has effectively engaged with the driver at the right time. So then it creates a whole chain of accountability that you can review and make sure that everybody is on the same page. So it's not just about the driver. It's not just about the manager. It's not just about the executive setting up the policy. It's about everybody working together to achieve a result. And then we publish the result on a weekly and monthly basis, so that people can make sure that the work has been done and that there is a change in the number of accidents.
So,
So
and
that
yeah, so this is all driven by software so that the manager can
all
see.
software driven. It's all software driven, because the thing is that if it was not, okay, it would be too costly. And so then we realized that we can put a lot of, we can build a software platform to handle all of it. And we also are starting to put some, machine learning and artificial intelligence on the back end of it, because so that it becomes more effective in understanding what is and what is not relevant and what need to be addressed and what are the behavior that we need to deal with.
So, like, one of the last questions, is this available to trucking companies today?
It's available to trucking company today. If they go to our website at Asanga.com, they will not find a lot of information, but they can email us. We are, our website is has been taken a little bit a while to get up. But just to make sure you guys understand, we have been testing that solution for 2 years, 18 months to 2 years. So that's why we have the results that we have. It's not just, saying that without proof. We have proof. We have people that are able to tell you, hey, here's what the savings are, and both in terms of money not spent and in terms of operational abilities.
So there, and your contact info is in the show notes down below. So people who are interested in learning more can reach out to you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we are all open to a discussion, but the idea is fundamentally, we are trying to bring innovation to where there's a basic problem. Too many accidents and too many investment into safety that is not resulting in less accident.
Well, I'll tell you what I've been telling a lot of my clients, and is to offshore, because they're getting so much data at the moment. One or two people in a safety department can't handle all the data and properly react to it.
Right.
And it's too expensive to staff the department here in North America with personnel. So I've been saying, hey, offshore this. To me, without knowing the costs involved of your product, this sounds, anytime a software solution comes out, it is generally almost every time less expensive than even offshoring the product to humans.
It starts around $9 or $10 per truck per month and go up from there. So people can start at a very affordable way, and it goes up from there depending on the number of data points they want us to deal with. And at the end of the day, it's even in offshoring, you still need to build the processors and the system that keep ability. And unless you do that, it's not working. So our solution is taking care of not only ingesting the data, but making sure people taking action proactively. We are a very proactive solution, and so it's not for everybody. It's only for the people that want change.
Only for the people who want lower insurance rates, who only want less crashes so they have fewer headaches. But it's not for everybody.
I'm not being.
We want those. Yeah. Well, we want those forward thinkers. Those that they want to reduce these things for the right reason, not just for a monetary purpose.
Yeah. Well, I think the companies that will be intrigued by this are the ones that are safety focused from the CEO down.
Yeah. The ones that are safety focused, the ones that understand that, it's not just because of the driver, it's everybody has to work together. I think that if you start with that basic principle, and what we are finding, it increased driver retention. Okay. I mean, that's the funny part. Okay. Because in fact, it's done the right way.
Makes sense.
And when we know that, And when we know the driver turnover is 50 to 70% or even 100%, you may want to look at better solutions than what's out there.
And anything that reduces driver turnover effectively can save a company just a ton of money.
Yep, exactly.
Guy, thanks for coming back onto the show. And for
Thank
people
you.
who are interested, Guy's contact info is down in the show notes below. Reach out if you are a forward-thinking, safety-conscious company and would like more information.
That's right. Thank you very much, John. Thank you very much, Chris. And I hope everybody don't mind my French accent.
And thanks, Guy. That was awesome. If you want to get some information from Guy, his contact info is down below. John and I would like to thank you for hanging out with us this week on the Trucking Risk and Insurance Podcast. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Thanks so much.